My name is Jeff, and I'm representing the sons-in-law. Right now there are about 3 of us, but you know that's sort of a variable number that changes from time to time. Yep. Damn. Right now it seems pretty stable. Sarah and I have this thing about being a first wives club, but I'll tell you more about that later. It's kind of an inside thing. But no, I wanted to seriously say thank you to Lois. Lois has been very, very welcoming to me, and it's been wonderful to be a part of the family. Lois has made me feel like one of her own children. In fact, in some ways she treats me a little better, I think, than some of her children. So thank you very much. And in the spirit of the night, I wrote a short poem about what it's like to be one of Lois's sons-in-law. And I'm going to say some nice things in this poem, but one of the things that I did want to mention is that Lois can also be somewhat of a critic. So she was enormously helpful at our wedding. When Eric and I mean that genuinely. She helped pick colors and music, and she had the huppah made, and we could not have done the wedding without her. When we had the wedding, we asked a few family members to stand up and say a few words, and one of Eric's other mothers was saying something. Well, there were several. And her voice was somewhat subdued, and somebody out in the congregation said louder. And Lois said, "And funnier." True story. All right. So what it's like to be a son-in-law of Lois. If you had never met Lois before today, and you only looked at her past resume, where she led in a field that was male-dominated, a woman's role at that time was to make the world more populated. You might feel a little, well, intimidated, or if you were a man, maybe emasculated. But that's not what it's like to be a son-in-law of Lois. When you marry a child of Lois, she tells everyone to notice that you are important, that you matter, even if you're not a doctor or a lawyer or a Red Sox batter. She remembers every birthday, every anniversary, and every passing, with a phone call or a song or just a short blessing. And she turned out to be perfectly happy with a shayetza and not a shiksa. But it certainly helps that I know how to use a martini mixer. Thank you. I think I got a point for that one. So thanks for listening to this short little poem. But there's one more thing before I say shalom. Thank you, Lois. Yes, I'm trying for all the Jewish points tonight. Thank you for celebrating my wins and lending a hand when I fall. And that is what it's like to be your son-in-law.